Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum dear students. Students, in this video we will discuss about the reflection of light and the laws of reflection of light. So first of all, let's see what is reflection of light. Reflection of light. First of all, let's see the definition of the reflection of light. So definition of reflection of light is that whenever ray of light strikes the polished or shining surface, it rebounds back. So the rebouncing back of the ray of light is known as the reflection of light. So process of rebouncing back of light is called reflection of light. For example, let's consider the example of this. So this one is the shining surface or polished surface, and here the ray of light strikes, and when it strikes it rebounds back in the air. So I am also drawing the arrows on the ray of light to show the direction in which the ray is coming and in which the ray is going, mean to show the direction of the ray of light. I have drawn these arrows. So, and this point, this line, this one is normal line, and the ray of light which is striking on the surface, this ray is known as the incident ray. Whereas the ray of light which is reflected in the air, which is rebounds in the air, this one is known as reflected ray. And the line which is perpendicular to the polished surface, this one is known as the normal line. And the incident ray is also making an angle with the normal line, which is known as angle of incidence. And same, the normal line is also making another angle with the reflected ray, which is known as the angle of reflection. Angle of incidence, this one, and angle of reflection, this one. Now the point where these three lines, incident ray, reflected ray and normal line, are meeting with each other on the surface, this one is known as point of incidence. And it is represented with capital O. Let name it A, point A, this one point O, and this one point B. So the incident ray is OA is incident ray, and OB is reflected ray. Okay students, now let's discuss the laws of reflection of light. Laws of reflection of light. So there are totally two laws for the reflection of light. Two laws for the reflection of light. First one is that the incident ray, reflected ray and normal line all lie at same point. How I am again drawing figure. So this one is the direction of the ray of light, whereas this one is the normal point O, normal N, A and B. This one angle of incidence, this one angle of reflection. Now if we see that the incident ray OA, whereas reflected ray OB and the normal ON all lie at the same point O. So this one is the point of incidence. All these rays, all these points meet at one point here, at point O. So this is the first point of law of reflection. And now let's see the another point, that what another point says. Okay, the next point, the next law is the next law states that the angle of incidence is always equal to angle of reflection. Mean to say that angle of incidence is equal to angle of reflection. If you see in the figure discussed above, here the angle of incidence with the normal, which is represented by I, and angle of reflection, which is with the normal line, both the angles are equal, both the angles are same. For example, if the incident ray is making an angle 45 degree, so the angle of reflection should also be 45 degree. It will be also 45 degree. And if it is striking, incident ray is striking at the angle of 30 degree at the point of incidence, so the angle of reflection will also be 30 degree. And if it is striking at the 60 degree, so it will be also 60 degree. Means to say that the angle of incidence will be always equal to the angle of reflection. Thank you.